Hi there, everyone, and welcome to Scrapbooking 101 with Art and Creative Studio. My name is Sarah, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the wonderful world of scrapbooking. Today, I want to talk a little bit about what scrapbooking is and the tools and supplies you need to get started with this really fun hobby. So, let's take a look. First of all, what is scrapbooking? Well, this is a fun and creative way to preserve your memories, which can include things like photos and some memorabilia, along with journaling, which is the written information about those memories. There's no right or wrong way to scrapbook, which means it's also a great way to express your creativity. So, what do you need to get started? Well, you'll need to have your photos. Now, you can work with older photos. We call these heritage photos, and maybe you have a shoebox full of these in your attic. You can also scrapbook your trips and holidays and vacations. And of course, also pictures from special events, birthdays, weddings, graduation. And scrapbooks can also incorporate those daily things like activities, school life, hobbies, pets, really whatever is special and significant to you. Then you're going to need some paper or cardstock as a foundation for your scrapbook page. So basically, something to put your photos onto. And we are spoiled for choice when it comes to beautiful papers and cardstock to work with. Now, you can opt for pattern papers or solid cardstock, or you can mix and match between the two. There's a lot to choose from, and they're all beautiful. And you can opt to go with something that matches the theme of your scrapbook page or your photos or the colors or just the style that you personally like. Now, one thing that's really important, you want to make sure that all of your papers and cardstock are acid and lignin free. So that will protect your photos over time. Pattern papers come in a variety of styles, and they often come in these coordinating paper pads where you've got lots of sheets of designs that will work together beautifully. Scrapbooking paper comes in a couple of specific sizes. This happens to be 12 by 12, but some other popular sizes are 8 by 8 as well as 6 by 8, and those are in inches, by the way. So you can opt for any of those different sizes, whatever works with your photos and whatever works with the album size that you're working with as well. Now, in addition to your pattern papers and your colored cardstock, you may want to also use some classic white cardstock. And this is where you can do your journaling. You can either write directly onto the cardstock, or you can also run this through your home printer if you prefer to do your computer journaling. And from there, you can cut out your writing and then glue it onto your scrapbook page. So, where do you put your completed scrapbook page? Well, you need to have an album, and you can find albums that come in a variety of styles and sizes to correspond with the paper sizes. And this is where you can put your completed pages to store them safely. Now, when it comes to tools, I recommend a couple of things. So, you'll need some adhesive, and you'll also need something to cut your papers, your journaling, and your photos. So, to cut those elements, of course, you can use your scissors, those work beautifully. You can also decide to go for a paper trimmer, and you may go for one that has a sliding blade. There are also the guillotine style of trimmers, which you may remember from school. Both of these options are really nice because they make sure that you can create straight lines every single time. As for adhesive, you may decide to go with a double-sided tape or a micro dot roller, or if you like to add some dimension to your photos and your pages, you can choose a double-sided foam tape, and this will give some additional texture and dimension to your layouts. And with your papers, your photos, your scissors, and your glue, you can easily make really wonderful scrapbook pages. Now, as you explore this creative hobby, you will also discover that you may want to add some additional embellishments, so paper cutouts, die cuts, or stickers, or you can also incorporate other techniques like stamping, stenciling, or collage into your designs. As with lots of hobbies, you can start with the basics and just see where your creativity and personal style takes you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this peek into the world of scrapbooking as we preserve our photos and memories, express our creativity, and join in with a really special community.